I was a broadcasting student at the University of Tennessee, and it's just something I've always been passionate about. And I did everything I could to stay out of the industry when I first graduated from school, because people used to tell me all the time, you can't make a living doing this. But since then, I've learned that you have to do what you're passionate for, and money will come. Avail yourself to as many opportunities as you can. Any chance you get. If you want to be in broadcasting, for instance, I'll tell you something Bob Costas told me one time. Any opportunity you get to speak into a microphone, do it. If somebody wants you to DJ weddings, do it. One thing that I did out of school, when I was fresh out of school, was I announced at a place called the Knoxville Dragway. I called drag races. I would sit up in the box, in lane number 1, we have in lane number 2, you know, but what I learned through all that is every experience I had helped make me better. Don't be afraid to hear the word no. All no's do is get you closer to yes. But you have to knock on doors. You have to be hungry. You have to be assertive. You have to take initiative. And in this business, at times, you've got to make your own way. Yeah, I own my own business. So what I do is, in the morning when I get up, I do my blog first thing when I get up. And that keeps me focused on my day. But I also am responsible for all the sales content of my show. I sell my own show, I do my own show, I set up my own show, I employ my own producer of my program. But as you were saying, essentially what that does is it focuses me, and I think it does. I think it does make you better having and wearing more hats, and I think that's where the world's going now. In fact, I think it's the opposite. I think music radio is dying, because the music platform, people are always going to be able to go and get their music elsewhere, whatever platform it is. I mean, right now we have some of the hot different satellite deals, and then you have some of the other distribution points musically, and music radio is becoming a dinosaur. However, all the frequencies that exist on the FM dial and the AM dial, if you'll notice lately, more talk radio has appeared on FM. There will always be a place for local content. There will always be a place talking about what's going on locally, be it news, be it sports, be it politics, be it entertainment. There's always going to be a place for that. And so I think that local content's going to fill the void. I've made a decision to, and I've had opportunities to go to bigger markets, but I like it here. I like raising my family here. And one thing I've learned is you can't beat happy. I'm content. I feel like I'm doing what God wants me to do, and I get up every day and I do it. As far as local versus regional and national stuff, you know, national talk radio to me, especially in sports, becomes background noise. Local stuff is where the passion is. I'm from Philadelphia. I grew up listening to a station there called WIP. Now it's on the FM band. There's another station that's on the FM band up there, and there will be more that'll come in there, because where that passion is, dollars follow. And I need advertising dollars to make myself go. I do my show every day from 11 to 1. I've got teenagers, so this allows me to spend time with my family. It allows me to get involved in other things, and it allows me to sell my show and not go crazy. And then I've got some other business interests that I have as well on the side, besides my radio show. And I feel very blessed, because I'm one of the few people in a market this size anywhere in America who exists the way I exist. I mean, you guys have seen me when I'm here today. This is how I'm wired. I just love people, and we're hanging out, and nobody's any better than anybody else. And so I'm in the people business from beginning to end. This is the people business. You know, I've had days where people will send me horrendous, horrible emails, wishing bodily harm on me, wishing harm on my kids. I've had death threats before. I mean, you got to understand something. When you do this in the public, it comes with the territory. Not every day is going to be a bed of roses. And when you speak your mind and you tell people sometimes what they don't want to hear, it comes with the territory. One thing I don't do, though, is I don't tell people how to feel about me. You can feel whatever you want to feel. Some people say, well, you make things up. Okay, I make things up. Some people can say, well, you're nothing but a low-rent, two-faced jerk. Okay, I'm a low-rent, two-faced jerk. I mean, I don't get worried about that. And and I really don't, it's taken me a long time. I really don't care what people think anymore. And when you can get to that point, in this business you're cooking with grease, because then you're being true.